guys had, I would say, a pretty good showing yourselves tonight. I think the first 7 minutes there, you're up 27-0. Probably not much else you could have asked for. What'd you see?
Yeah. It was a fun game. We haven't seen north of 70 in a long time, and we finally saw the basketball go in the hoop a little bit. I thought the intensity right from the start was pretty good. Defensively, got on them a little bit, forced some turnovers, got some runouts, easy baskets. We moved the ball. 33 assists tonight. We've had some great passing teams over the years. I'm not sure if we ever had 33. I don't know. Creppy is always on that pretty quickly. But, I thought a good start. And, and I thought the bench came in and did a pretty good job, too. And second half, we didn't get as good a start. And went with the old wholesale substitution. You don't see that very often. But it worked. I thought that second unit came in and did a great job and got us rolling, and then the starters came back in and played much better.
Was ball movement and just sharing it and getting good looks a focal point? Because I think you had 11 to 12 baskets, just starting 10 assists on those, and you guys were moving around pretty good.
That's the way we've played. We don't get the type of players that just attack the basket off the dribble. We've never been that way. We when we're efficient and passing well, that's when we're at our best. That was really nice to see tonight. Yeah. Unfortunately, we still pass to the other team too much. And we just got to continue to get better at it and work on it.
And another that jumps out in that regard is Mattys with no field goal attempts. You talked about wanting to see her be more aggressive. Is that something that she might have been able to address in a game like this?
It's funny to see that statistic in a game like this, with 100. I don't know how he scored 100 or something. But to not take have a field goal attempt. So I don't know. We'll talk. I thought she had a pretty good floor game. Got a hand on a lot of balls. She won't be credited with some of those steals, but she actually created them. We'll give her credit on our own defensive breakdown. So
I thought Kylie was pretty effective and around the rim. Really had a couple different moves that worked effectively. Consistently. 10 of 11 shooting.
No, yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Kylie's really improved. I've been really happy for her. She's worked at it defensively. She's getting better. I think tonight she was got herself into better position so she could just catch and score. She'd maybe make one move. Sometimes she will dribble a little bit inside, and that's a little tougher. And so I'm really happy to see her just make some great strides. So good for her. Sydney played well tonight too. I thought the first quarter anyway. Man, she was going off. I don't know what her final. I can't see these. I don't read them there. It's okay. But I think she had a.
21.
Did she? Okay. Yeah, she had a heck of a night too.
You talked about her being the 3-point specialist and how good she can be from the behind the arc. She backed that up tonight again. 6 3-pointers, 6 out of 8. So just talk about her and just her progression.
Well, when she's making threes, it changes our team. I mean, that makes us more dangerous. She's not just a shooter. The good thing about Sydney, I think she's actually a scorer. She can get to the line a little bit. She gets to the basket a little bit. She's just kind of got a knack for it. But if she's making threes, she becomes really, really good and an important player for us. Not a lot of people have a 6'2" kind of wing like that that can really knock them down. Elise made a bunch tonight. She had to have had 4 or 5, right? Threes? Sid, but Elise too. I mean, Elise tonight shot it really well. I thought Elise had a good game.
So just talk about just how big that is and how that can potentially carry over just for the rest of the season too.
Oh, well, pretty soon we're going to have, India Rogers and Tiana Paopao are 2 best shooters. They are literally dead eyes. And so when they're back, you add another one out there on the perimeter, and then you throw Niara down in the middle that's going to draw double teams, and Kai as she continues to get better. And now you can put 3 kids on the perimeter, sometimes even 4 if we go with Sydney at the 4, which we did tonight a little bit. That makes us a really formidable team, when we get all the pieces together. So, yeah, Sydney is she's played well over the last couple of weeks, really well.
You said India is expected to play this week.
Yes.
How has that progress looked in practice? I mean, I'm not sure what she's able to do, but how's that looked?
Yeah, she's been almost full contact in practice. So we've just kind of been waiting. I think we're at least going to – I think she has one more doctor visit, and we'll get the final thumbs up. But we're hoping to have her on Saturday. That's what she's planning on. That's what we're planning on. So, go home and say a prayer, and hopefully that will happen. And maybe even Niara. So I think on a limited basis, Niara won't be, she's not going to be able to play 25, 30 minutes, but even her at 10 to 12 to 15 minutes is significant.
On Saturday?
How nice is that to be getting close to kind of quote-unquote full strength?
Feels great. It feels great. It just, as a coach, you put the puzzle, you put all the pieces together, and it's a puzzle. And we don't have a lot of those players that can just break people down. We have to do it collectively. It's the way we've always run it. Even all those really good Pac-12 championship years, they were all pieces. And when those pieces are out, it makes it more difficult for us. We can't just say, okay, go get a shot for you or somebody else. We just don't. We're not built that way. And so we need all our pieces together. And so when we get them, I think, and it's going to take a while, just because they're back in a uniform and on the court doesn't mean it's going to look pretty, all of a sudden. India has not practiced, really full contact since, when was that? Early November, right? First week of November. So it's been a while.
What's the process of kind of acclimating her and Niara and eventually Tahina, and how do you do that in practice? Because like you said, it's been a different team in practice, and now it looks like you start to kind of get back to normalcy.
Yeah, she's just been playing with our practice guys a little bit on the prep squad, so to speak, and so she hasn't really gotten in with with the rest of the unit. She hasn't played with the first team. Is that what's the football term?
They got the scout team.
You got the scout team, right? And that's kind of what she's been doing. But she's been getting up and down, so she's been working on her conditioning. She's staying after, getting a lot of shots, and she'll be ready to go. She is itching to play. I mean, it's crazy. She's driving us nuts. So she really wants to play.
What are these next 4 days going to be like before you take this trip? And I was going to ask, just you guys are finishing with 2 pretty good programs here.
You think?
Right before conference play.
Yeah.
Was that intentional when you were setting up the schedule, trying to get you guys some tests before you got in? Then you have a 10-day break after, but.
Well, it just kind of worked out in the schedule that way. I mean, we owed Kansas State the game, and so we figured, well, while we're back there, there's no sense in flying to Manhattan and not playing another game. That's a long way to go for one game, and so, Northwestern, we were able to pick them up. Yeah, this was the last game, and hopefully we're good enough to make an NCAA tournament. This might be the last time we play until March, a non-power conference team. So it gets real, and it gets real in a hurry.
Not to get too macro here, but how do you think this team has most benefited from playing without those 3 and kind of forcing some others to step up?
Just, confidence, experience, let's say, God forbid, like last year, Tahina goes down late in the season. Now, if that happens, now you're bringing in someone that has had experience, has played a lot already. So, I think that's, a bonus, certainly a bonus to have that kind of experience. Adds to the depth.
Just to clarify, you think Niara could play Saturday as well?
As far as I know, yeah. As far as I know. Probably shouldn't tip our hand, but, I think I've said that before, and it hasn't happened. So, I can say, I guess, anything I want here.
Is that dependent on her passing any sort of test or anything like that, or is it just see how she feels on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's a little of everything. Yeah. Listen, I stay out of the training room. I learned that a long time ago as a coach. Coaches get in trouble when they start telling kids, hey, or talking to them about, hey, you're going to play this week. That's when they start to feel pressure. Well, coach needs me, and you just can't do that. So I leave it up to our very able staff and trainers, and when she's ready, I'll be ready to call her number. I forgot her number though. What's her number? It's been a while. Number 1. Okay, number 1 in the book, number 1 in your heart.
I was going to ask about Taylor.
Last question.
Yeah, thank you. Because they're out there. They're stars.
Well, I was just going to ask about Taylor Hosendove and just progress. She's sometimes playing. What do you think about Taylor?
Yeah, she got to do a better job of covering the corners in our zone. Gave up a few of those and maybe finished, but it was good to see her out. She works her butt off in practice. She is such a great kid. She's going to be a coach someday. I've got a couple years to talk her out of that because she's too smart to be doing that. But I love her. I love her attitude. I think she's been great. And I'm just happy she's able to get out there and play. It'll take a little time for her to get her feet wet. Everybody else is playing with their 10th game of the year. That's her really her first. She only got a couple minutes the other night.